Hello and welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. I'm going to talk about Poposoap solar powered garden lights. They're in this box, but this is going to be a box opening video with a difference. Let me explain. Personally, I've always been very excited about the idea of solar power, but at the same time, I've always been slightly dubious. I've seen many of these solar powered garden lights looking very dim in other people's gardens. However, I have also got a solar powered bird table camera, and that stays at 100% charge all the time, even in dull light. So I'm hopeful that the new technology in this box will mean that these are very high quality solar powered garden lights. And so imagine the potential of being able to light up remote corners of your garden where there's no plug socket with this product. I'm really excited because I've got a wildlife pond in the far corner of my garden where there's just no electricity. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the box, unbox the product, put it together, read the instructions, and then I'm going to set it up. So the very first thing I'm going to do is spread the contents of this box all over this table so that we can all see what's included. So opening the box, I can see that there are some instructions which seem very short, which I like. I don't like long instructions. I don't like reading instructions personally. That looks like some kind of bracket. And then here we have, I think, the lights themselves, which, as I would expect, are joined together. And here is, I think, yes, the solar panel itself. Look at that. It feels quite heavy and chunky actually, and it's got an on-off switch and a mode switch here. So we'll come back to that in a moment. That looks like it slides in the back of there. Yes, I would say that's correct. And this bracket looks as if it could be attached to a wall using screws, so you could put that high up. And also it has a spike, which I will be using today. Right, let me read these instructions next. Come back to you in a moment. I was reminded when I read these instructions that this product is amphibious. These lights are both dustproof and waterproof. So whilst you wouldn't put the solar panel in the water, you can in fact place these underneath the water, which for me is very exciting because in the spring I go down to my wildlife pond and I watch the newts in the evening. And if this is putting some light into the pond, I'll be able to get some really good footage of the frogs, toads and newts in the water. The other thing I've noticed is there isn't actually spikes with these lights. They're actually weighted. So you place them rather than spiking them. But there is a spike on the solar panel, as you can see here. And also they do supply you with 2 screws and 2 roll plugs in case you want to attach it to a wall or a fence post. Those are the lights, and here we have some cable. Of course, the longer the cable, the more flexibility you've got. You wouldn't want the solar panel to be restricted in where you can locate it, and it makes it very clear in the instructions that you want to locate this out of the shade where it gets maximum light, and I would say that's pretty obvious. I have charged the lights up. I've played around with them. I'm very, very impressed with them. I've even worked out why there are different modes. And that reason is, by the way, there are different colours. Now these are very specifically designed to be aquatic pond lights. You can see I've lined them up around the edge of my pond. They're weighted so that they will go to the bottom in a pond. So what we're going to do with these lights, we're going to put them in the water. That's why I've got my wellies on. Now, I mentioned the length of the cable. There's a light there, and a light there. So I should be able to create an arc of light all the way round this corner of my wildlife pond. Here is the solar panel. Let me take it all the way around here so that you can see the length of the cable. Quite a long cable, really. Now that needs to be where I can access it because I want to be able to get my hands near the control panel, which is at the back here underneath. So I'll put that in a tub of gravel here where it's going to get the maximum light. And now I will wade into the pond and put the lights on the bottom. And then tonight, when it goes dark, I will come out with my camera and I'll get some wonderful footage of this lighting up the water. Now, I have newts in this pond at night, so you may even get to see some newt activity lit up, illuminated by these wonderful pond lights. Now then, I don't want to slip and fall over, so I will be very ginger when I do this. I'm putting it here because there's a water lily, and eventually that water lily will grow up and I should be able to uplight and underlight the water lily. I can see it down here. And I shall drop another one of these lights just there, and it sinks because it's designed to sink. It's weighted, and that can go there. And the third one will reach down here at the back of this big boulder, and that is where I will place it, just there. Okay, I'm now handheld, which is why the camera is wobbling a little bit. You can probably see behind me that it is now dark outside. I'm going to go outside now and see how these lights look in the darkness. So as we walk over to the wildlife pond, I will also explain to you that I've got a little underwater camera here and the torch. So it might be that I can get some underwater footage of these lights, and who knows what else will appear on that footage. Don't forget, the link to these products is available in the description box below this video, and Poposoap have supported me, so if you can see yourself to having a look at those links and supporting Poposoap in return. So let's take this off here, and there is the on button underneath, and I shall turn that on, and they have lit up, as you can see down there. And we'll change the mode now, and you can see they've gone red, purple, orange, lots of different colours here. So you can have a rotating colour spectrum, or you can have individual colours. Off, on, and on again. This is a wonderful effect. Wow, very pleased with these. Now I'm very keen to give you a close look, so I am now going to put my waterproof camera on a pole and get some underwater footage. You might not be able to see as well as I can, but this water is lit up and there are millions of little microorganisms swimming around in the light. It's quite a beautiful thing to look at. Anyway, I'll put this on and I'll drop in some footage from this underwater camera. So there we go. The Poposoap solar powered aquatic pond lights installed, working their magic behind me. I hope you can see them lighting up my wildlife pond in a rainbow of different colours. And in the beams of the lights, I can see millions of little microorganisms just swimming around in the water. It's quite wonderful. And you can see, hopefully, it's rotating through a rainbow of colours. Hope you've enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed it. Please do have a look at the Poposoap links, and don't forget there's two different links, one for UK purchasers and one for USA purchasers. Thanks, Poposoap. I'll see you soon for some more aquatic pond life adventures. Bye for now.